Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to complete the free readings from this morning's session. I did not get to any of them, so I'm coming back on. I appreciate all the donations. It's what helps me continue to offer all the free things that I do. So, big shout out to all of those who donated and all my monthly YouTube channel memberships and anyone else that purchases my services that are all listed in the description box down below. Great shout out to all of you because you allow me to do what I'm doing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There is no chat in this session. I'm not taking any new questions for this session, but I'll be back in about 3 hours at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for my evening session, and then tomorrow as well, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you want a reading, a new reading, please come check it out then. Let's see what else. After I'm done with this, I will post a note, a comment listing the order in which the readings are completed, so you can find your reading more quickly. All right, so let's get into it. I am going to be using this beautiful craft card tarot deck for these free readings today. And take a look here. Yep, we are showing live, so we are good to go there. And so we are starting off with the free readings here with Miniheel. So Miniheel, you are up first. You wanted to know about your future spouse a little bit. All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. The little tidbits that they give us on the scavenger hunt of finding out who they are. So let's see what they have here for you. All right. All right. Well, we do have a little bit of a hermit energy coming in here. Virgo possibly is what the hermit card is about, but it is someone who is more inner focused than outer focused. They not that they can't, be out among people, but to recharge they need alone time. So they can be out in the public, out doing, busy social things, but they do like to get back into their cave and recharge, which doesn't mean like with your, future spouse, they'll enjoy being with you, but it's about everyone else in the outside world. Knight of Swords is a pursuer of knowledge. So it is someone who's kind of like a perpetual student who likes to learn, to grow, to expand. They could also be in a type of career that requires them to have continuing education, like a doctor, how they have to stay up on and continue learning new things, enhancing new things. They have to do a certain amount a year to maintain their, licensing, different things like that. It would be along those lines too. They enjoy it, so it's not like a burden to them, but I feel like they always go above and beyond in whatever they're trying to learn and to grow. So very intelligent, very hungry for knowledge. So a couple little tidbits for you there. So that's what they have for you right now, Miniheel. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun. Hello, hello. So what are Matt's feelings and next actions? And the bottom of the deck. All right, let's take a look here and see. So what are Matt's feelings? Right, feelings and then next actions. So first we've got feelings, and then we've got next actions. Is this one? Bottom of the deck, you got the Empress energy coming in here. And let's see here. So we've got their feelings here. We've got this death and this rebirth card coming in for feelings. Next actions, we've got the King of Cups, balancing of heart and mind. So it does feel here, especially with the Empress energy on the bottom of the deck, that there is this new birthing that's happening here with their feelings towards you, which is good. It's the Death card with the Empress card on the bottom, tells me that it's not an ending of their feelings, but a rebirth of their feelings, a change of their feelings. I like this, King of Cups with this balancing energy between the head and the heart, because I just feel like, and I do so many readings that I just feel like there's this energy. They've been a lot in their head, a lot of overthinking, a lot of fear, a lot of things. And I feel like there's this balance that's happening. And it's like it's been, spinning around in their head and steam coming out of their ears, smoke coming out of their ears. And I feel like the the heart has, in a way, beaten the mind to where they are, um, getting in tune with all the motion. I mean, if you know the empress, they rule over the four queens, like the emperor rules over the four kings. The queens each have cups. So that's four cups, and then the queen of cups has cups. So that's 5 parts water is this empress energy, a lot of emotion. 1 part fire, 1 part earth, 1 part air. So you got all this, emotion that's bubbling up from the surface here that's below that's making itself known. And I just feel like there's this, transformation that's coming in this. The heart has wore out the mind, and the mind is fun like fine, express yourself then. And I like that. I like that. So I feel like you will see um you'll see some action with all that there, because with that balancing of the head and the heart, there is this, um, permission from the mind to the heart to allow it to act. So that's what I feel right now for you, hot sun. So many blessings to you. And then new love. Hello. So what are Peter's feelings and thoughts about you? Let's take a look here. Peter's thoughts and feelings. Well, feelings and thoughts, right? Well, they definitely have thoughts here. You got the page of swords, which is swords are your thoughts, beliefs, mindsets. So it's the thinking, and the two of swords. Now, the two of swords is the battle between the head and the heart, and the page of swords is about an enhanced, higher way of thinking, a higher way of looking at things, to where there's been a transformation in a positive way of what they're allowing, whenever the heart and the mind are battling, the mind tends to try to put the heart in a cage or on a leash, or it's not letting it just act and do what it's wanting to do, and heading and acting out. Because in the past, it's like, no, last time I let you, you went and ran and humped people's legs. It's like, got to keep my chihuahua on a on a leash. But when it comes down to, this changing of thought, it's like the mind is altering, it's extending the leash, it's allowing the heart to go a little further. They're kind of closing their eyes and opening their heart more. So I feel like, there is this change that's happening, and it when we realize that so much of how people act and feel and all of that has to do with what's going on inside of him, and all these fears that are up here, the change that's happening is happening here, has little to do with us. It's just them on their path, their journey, the reflections they're seeing from the world, and the inner work that they're doing in the transformation. So, there is this, energy here of um, seeing the world differently, and so they see you differently, and they are letting their heart a little further on the leash with this. So you might start feeling and seeing a little bit more of a heartfelt actions from them. But I still feel with all this thinking, they still got a ways to go. All right. So that's what's coming in, new love. So many blessings to you. And then angel blessings. You'd like some divine guidance. Let's see, what does spirit want you to know right now? All right. That one. All right. And then at the bottom of the deck, too. Okay. All right. Yeah, you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man coming in here. And this is telling me with the Hanged Man, things have been transforming. It kind of things have been slow going, on pause. At least it's felt that way in your life. As the cocoon, there's a lot of activity that goes on in the cocoon that we don't see, and then the butterfly emerges. Well, with the Ace of Pentacles coming in with this is definitely saying that whatever's been going slow, that you're about to have the birth of it. It's about to open up in the outside world. This opportunity is about to make itself known here. And when you're looking for divine guidance, if you're just like, I don't know what to do, I feel like my life's been stagnant, I feel like I have confusion. That all happens to the caterpillar when they're going through a transformation, right? They're like, "What happened to my skin? Why am I what are these big things that are here?" I'm used to crawling along the ground. Now I'm gonna fly? What? I don't feel this um, desire for leaves anymore. I want nectar. What happened? So if you're wondering what's going on here, I feel like my life is changing. I feel like I'm not happy with things the way they were. Well, it's because you've been going through this transformation and your desires have been changing because you've been changing. So when the um, Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from higher above, which allows you to see new opportunities that were there, but you just uh, weren't able to see them with where you were. It's like a caterpillar doesn't look 1,000 miles away going, I can migrate somewhere. A caterpillar is going, I can go 10 feet and I'm exhausted. But a butterfly can go on this migration for 1,000 miles and it can go places that a caterpillar would never in its wildest dreams think it could. So hopefully that brings some guidance in there for you because I feel like they're just telling you things have changed, things are transformed. You're not wanting the things you wanted before. It's okay. New opportunities are opening that are more in alignment for who you are now. So so that's what they have for you, angel blessings. So many blessings to you. And then soul searching vibe. Do you have a future with Leo? Let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know? Do you have a future with the Leo? hmm. You've got Queen of Cups, you've got the Chariot, and the Chariot is the power of choice that's coming in here. Queen of Cups, we've got Queen of Cups. It reminds me a lot of like the High Priestess, and she shows that there's this deep emotional connection between the two of you that goes back lifetimes. Like you guys have had lifetimes together, romantic, of course, that have been there, and others too. But the Chariot card is the power of choice, and in this lifetime, it's not guaranteed. It's not like a fated relationship. In this lifetime, I almost feel like you don't have like a fated relationship. Like this is a possibility. And so I feel like you're picking up a lot of the emotion from the Queen of Cups from past lives, and guys are drawn together. I mean, because you have all this past history. But with the Chariot card, it's like, well, you have the power of choice, they have the power of choice. It's an optional relationship in this lifetime. It was not a fated one like other lifetimes. So it can be, but it has to do with the choices that you're making with your stories in your mind, the emotional choices you're making each moment, the energetic choices, the physical choices. All of that is what influences the possibilities of the future for you. And the more that you focus on higher vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, the more things are drawn in for you, and the higher your vibration goes and the higher vibrational relationship that you'll have. But if we focus on our fears and wanting and missing and what we hate, then we draw that type of stuff in there. More wantingness, not getting, but wantingness, more missingness. I miss things because you're not getting them because we're telling the universe, I enjoy missing. I enjoy wanting. I enjoy hating. I enjoy fearing. Can you bring more of that in for me? And we're like, no, you know, we can change our energy if we want. So hopefully that helps there with all that. So there you go. All right. So many blessings to you, and then smooth life. Oh, all you want is the divine plan for your love life. That's all. That's all. Let's take a look here. Well, it's a scavenger hunt, right? As we say, they like to give us little tidbits. They don't want to give us the whole plan because how boring would that be, right? They just give you the gift and then you have it. But the searching of it is part of the exciting reason why we enjoy this human experience, right? So You do have here the part of your plan for right now is, the Empress card is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing yourself. There is birthing, there is things for the future. So, but they're like, come back to the now, come back to this moment, because the Five of Swords is your heart and your head battling. And when they're battling, you're not going anywhere. And the Empress is about, you know, wanting to birth things, wanting to nurture and spend time with oneself. Getting out into nature can help you too. But this is about clearing out the thoughts and beliefs and the emotions that don't serve you anymore, which allows the birth. It's like, sorry, I'm falling off my chair here. The cushion was scooching. Suddenly I'm gone. But this is like preparing, how like someone wants to have a baby. And so they're like, well, I'm going to stop smoking and drinking alcohol and, eat differently. And I'm going to start taking my prenatal vitamins as I start birthing. It's like there's this preparation for a relationship that they're wanting you to focus on right now. They're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 you'll get to the birth later, but right now, this is the important stuff." You know, this helps the birthing, this helps move things along, which is questioning your thoughts, the fears you have around love, questioning these emotions, these lower vibrational emotions rooted in fear that you have around love, and transforming those because getting that energy, managing your emotional energy, managing your outside world, really cleaning out the thoughts and beliefs, cleaning out the emotions, cleaning out your energy, decluttering your outer world. All of this is preparation for you for love. Now, we can find love right now if we want, but it's going to be lower vibrational because we've been doing what we've always done. We're gonna get what we've always gotten. Lower vibration brings in lower vibration people and relationships and events. But as you clear things out, you're actually raising your love vibration, which allows higher vibrational relationship to come in. And that's what you're really wanting. You want something that's of joy and laughter and gratitude and blessings and abundance, not fighting and cheating and fear and bitterness and manipulation. And we came down here to experience the drama, but when we're done, we're ready. And I feel like you're done with dramatic relationships and you're wanting something higher, right? So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life, for right now. So many blessings to you. And then Links Lee, you want to know who is manifesting you? Who are you manifesting, right? So let's take a look here. All right. So right now, what's coming in is you're drawing in some relationships here to help shake and rattle your cage. The Devil card is this Saturn energy, Capricorn energy of wanting to rip away some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are restrictive, that disempower us, that make us feel limited and small, and lower vibration that, you know, that's why we draw in lower vibrational relationships and that. And so there these lower vibrational relationships that came in with this are happening. And sorry, I just have to some of these are a bit racy for YouTube. But you've got the 7 of Wands, which is about shining bright, being yourself, not dimming your light for anyone. And, through all of this, you with you being you, you are getting, some individuals that rah, 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 because they don't like that you are, being able to stand up for yourself or expressing yourself. If they can't, you can't. But they don't express themselves out of fear. But you're just beginning to just really blossom and to be, this is who I am. And I like that for you. And it's part of this unfolding because as you do that, you're actually letting go of fears. You're raising your love vibration. As people try to drag you down and you refuse fear, you go higher. And these other people start drifting away. But they're in your life right now to rattle your cage, to make you face your fears so that you can release them and raise your love vibration. It just prepares you for down the road. Otherwise, as we've been talking about, when we're in fear vibration, we draw in people that match that, like attracts like. And had enough of that, right? It is a time of renewal. It is a time of heightening your love of yourself, your self-worth, and clearing out, decluttering this thing here that holds a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around love and friendship and just life and everything else. But there's so much that's been holding you back. That's a great release that comes from this. But it's happening on purpose for you to really question, why do I believe what I do about love, about me, about who the other is supposed to be, how we're supposed to meet, how it's supposed to unfold, where it's supposed to lead, blah, 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 when it's all so managed by all these rules that are rooted in fear of what happens if it doesn't, it's very weighs things very, very much down, and this gives you an opportunity to express that and differently. So I like that. So it's more that's who you're manifesting right now. I feel like you are continuing to draw someone in. I mean, they're up here, and they're raising their love vibration, but you are also raising yours. So this is part of the process to help you, the stepping stones to help you get to this life partner who you'll end up with. But it's not going to be doing what we've done before because they're raising their love vibration. And if you don't do it, then you'll miss each other. And it'll take longer for you guys to circle back around. So you have an opportunity to meet earlier the more you look into those things. Right. So that's what they have for you, Linksley. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Goldie, you are up and you want to know anything about the significant one. All right. Let's take a look here. What more tidbits would they like to give you around the significant one here? All right. Okay, give you 3 here. So let's take a look here. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands. It is someone who is very passionate. um, it is someone who, with the Seven of Swords, they had a lot of people deceive them, and they had some old beliefs and mindsets that just really kept them, feeling small, feeling like they were I feel like they were cheated on, and betrayed and people lying to them. And so when you meet them with this Knight of Wands, they're kind of in this place. They've reminded me of like when I had met my first relationship, because I had seen the community, seen how people were, and I'm like, no one's faithful anymore. Everyone was cheating on each other behind each other's backs, and I just saw it from like being the sober one in a drunken party. You just see it all, and you're like, well, you know what? I don't expect this idea of faithfulness. I don't know, you know, and and so this is the kind of attitude that they kind of have, is like, you know what, everyone, it just seems like every one of their relationships ended up cheating on them, lying to them, or whatever, so they kind of expect it. And so I know it's kind of sounds kind of fickle and whatever, but but then that's why they're just about expressing their passion, and they're okay with that without a whole lot of attachment to it. So when it comes in there, just understand that's kind of where they're coming from. They still have this star card with dreams come true type of energy there. Could be Aquarian energy, um, Aquarian sun energy with that. Um, but I feel like they still, even though they are experiencing that, they still have this, well, but maybe because they are that way, they are faithful, they like, maybe there is someone like that in the world, but I don't expect to find it. Maybe I'm just weird, and maybe I'm just the odd one. But I like this type of energy because they're still holding on to the dream in the back of their mind, but they really are like seeing it as a dream, something that would be a nice to have, but they don't expect to find it. And that's why I love that they find you, because they're just like, hmm, hmm, you know, and I like that. So that's what's coming in for you, Goldie, right now. So many blessings to you. And then content or content, you are up next. And you wanted a general career reading. All right, let me take a quick sip here. All right. So general for a career, what would you like him to know? All right. Feels like you're going to be walking away from kind of what you felt was supposed to be your career into something that makes you've got the 8 of cups, which is walking away from emotions that don't serve you. And they're headed off here to the 9 of cups, which is like dreams come true. And here's the joy celebration, um, you know, 4 of wands card. And I just feel like there's this, and it's the marriage card too, which they wanted. I was going to say that doesn't really apply. They go, no, it applies. Say it. And I'm like, okay, I will. And so even though it seems strange, it's like a marriage, though. It's like you're headed off in your career to something that just feels like it marries 2 things together. And I feel like you're walking away from a portion of things of career of mindedness of like what you thought, like, wow, I want to do this. It would be like, let's say, psychology. I'm going to be a counselor. I'm going to be a psychologist. I'm going to, do that. And then you're just like, I just can't see myself listening to people all day long and sitting in a chair and but you love art and you're like, I want to marry my passion for art and my passion for helping people psychologically. I want to marry that together. And that kind of thing is when that's how art therapy was created. Someone loved art and someone loved the psychology and the brain side, and they were able to do that. And that's what feel like is coming in here. There's this, you're walking away from a big piece of going, oh my gosh, I can't do all of that, but I want to do this, right? Um, or like I'm in accounting. Well, I don't want to work for a corporation, but I love nonprofit and I love, zoos. And so I'm going to become an accountant for zoos. I don't know where that came from, but you know what I'm saying? It's the marrying of 2 things together, and it's different and it's unique for you. And you don't have to stay boxed in with your career. You can marry 2 things together. So that's what they have there for you, content. So hopefully that resonates. Ooh, a monkey, right? Have a monkey in your office helping you do the accounting. All right. So many blessings. And then Swaroop Bobby, you are up. So a love reading. Let's take a look here. What? All right. Well, got the Knight of Cups coming in right off the bat, come flying out of the deck here. Yeah, I had this combination yesterday where we've got this, the Knight of Cups, all knights are on a quest, and this knight is on a quest for this Ace of Cups. Wow. Let's see if it'll focus in here. All right. Am I clear? All right. But this Knight of Cups, they're on this quest for the Ace of Cups, which is for higher love and for love. And, the Four of Cups shows you that, these 3 cups down here are the ones that this person is bored with. It's the love that we find from the outside world with people, situations, and things. We don't find the emotional fulfillment out there. And this is why this knight is on this quest. He's went there and he goes like, no, I haven't found it. Well, here's the Ace of Cups being offered, the one that they're looking for. And that this is this love, when we're looking at the pursuit of love and when it's a quest, we go everywhere out in the outside world, but we never find it because what we're looking for can't be found in the outside world till we find it on the inside of us, which is the unconditional love of the higher realms, right? It's the beautiful, unconditional, eternal love of creator, source, universe, all of that on the other side. It's home from whence we came. We're from cozy, we come down to chaos, and then we search for cozy here, and we look out here and like I can't find it. Then we look here and we're like, there it is. And we don't once we find the inner love and our self-love and our self-worth, moves up, we fill up and overflow. And it's not that we stop wanting love from the outside world, it just changes it. Instead of being a love that's lacking and falling short because we're filling up with love from the inside, the love from the outside comes in as above and beyond extra. It's abundance instead of lacking. And so I feel like that's important to know in the journey right now. A great book for anyone that wants to read it, is this book, The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. We're currently reading it in our praying mantis sessions. And it's I've read it like 2 or 3 times. At one point I threw it across the room when I first read it, when we got to a certain point. Um, I'm excited to see. I probably won't throw it this time because I know it's coming, but it's a great book about the path to love, to self-love, and to how we relate to the romance of the outside world too. So might look into that if that resonates, right? But that's what they have for you right now. Self-love is the priority because the more we expand this love, the more we expand the ability to give and receive love to the outside world too. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we've got Kritika Malhotra. Hi. So you have finally taken admission in ABS. Will you find your kind of people there? Maybe a lover too. Let's take a look. All right. Let's see here. Oh, wow. So the first card that came out is Temperance, balance, patience, that you will find your kind of people there. And then you got the Two of Cups, Lovers card. In the, it's not the Lovers card from the Major Arcana, but it is the Two of Cups. It's all about important relationships. You will find significant friendships there, like a best friend, important relationships. And with the Two of Cups, that does tell me there are possibilities of finding your love there too. So I like it. The bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Swords, which is you just have to get out of your head around some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, that have thieved and stolen from you. Get out of your head. Um, get out of preconceived ideas. Just see things as it is. Try not to analyze it and try to fit it into boxes. Just try to see everyone as they are, not any preconceived ideas, if that makes sense to you. Okay. I like it. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. And then Happy Pill. What should you do in May? You're feeling bored with studying. Angel's guidance. Yeah, I can hear you there. So there's no shoulds from the other side. There's coulds because there is no wrong choice. There's just different choices with different experiences. So if you can go, what could I do to bring a little more excitement into my life because I feel bored with studying? What more can there be here? Yeah, and you've got the World card and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is joy, celebration, gatherings, and so sometimes we can get so caught up in and we just need to get away from things. Go do something fun. The world is victory. It's an ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And so I do like this. you know, let's find something fun to do. What brings you joy. Make sure to fit that in because if all we do is study and work, we don't celebrate along the way, then we do feel like instead of like an adventure, like the world card brings in, it feels like existing, right? And so when we celebrate and we do things that are special along the way, we're living our dream, we're living the journey instead of rushing to get to something in the future where then I can be happy or content or celebrate. It's like, no, celebrate every day. Do something special, even if it's like for 5 minutes or, 10 minutes, but it's about celebrating every day and making it part of your day to celebrate in some way. So I like that. So hopefully that helps Happy Pill. I feel like when we're feeling bored about something, it's because we're living in the future instead of the moment. That's why we procrastinate a lot of times too. Well, that And also, we might be living a dream that's not ours. Because if we're living our dream, we're excited about it. But if we're, like with me, they're just reminding me, like, when I'm focusing on the moment, the reading that I'm doing, and I'm recording videos and doing different things, it's fun. But when I look at my long list and I start trying to I need to get through, I need to get these done and out. Ugh, zero motivation. And it's because my why has changed to completing a task to enjoying what I'm doing. And then I can tell immediately when I feel that, and then I come back to living my dream. So hopefully that helps. All right. So many blessings to you, Happy Pale. And then Julie, hello, hello. So you want to know, angels have told you that you're going to launch something new. And you're thinking it's a YouTube channel as a counselor. Oh, how fun. So let's see. Ask exactly what you're going to start because you haven't started it yet in the month of May. All right. Let's take a look here. What guidance can you give, Julie? All right. 3 cards. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. I mean, you've got the star card coming in here, which is, of course, the dreams come true, wishing upon a star card. So it is a dream, the the what you're launching is about, this is something to support your dream. So if you feel like there's no right or wrong when it comes to this, right? It's you get to choose how you want to uniquely express the unconditional love in your heart with the world. So this is like, live the dream. How do you want to do it? There's no should, there's no supposed to, but this is about launching something new towards your dream. And they have this energy to support. It's like, they're showing me of all things a parade with a bunch of the floats. You know how they create floats with things. They're like, you're gonna have a float in the parade, but what do you want to do with it? Go do it. You know. So they're like, there is this launching, there is this float going to be in the parade in the month of May, but you get to decide what that looks like. And I like it. There's no rush. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. So it is progression. The Eight of Pentacles, I'm sorry, not the Eight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is also patience, and the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it's slow. It grows slowly. And if it is a YouTube channel, you just prepare for that. You're just like, okay, I'm going to start doing things, and and it will grow. But if I'm doing if it's not for my dream and my why, and my North Star of what I want to do in my life, if I'm doing it just to do something, or I'm doing it to get the end result, then it's not it. There's this great quote that I read often. I have it in my little book that I try to look at every day, which it's from Eckhart Tolle, or Tolle, which says, "You are present when what you are doing is not primarily a means to an end, meaning money, prestige, or winning, but fulfilling in itself, when there is joy and aliveness in what you do." And I feel like that's important. Um, with the star card coming in, that it's going to slowly build. You can have patience with it, and when we're trying to rush to get to the end of something, that is when we know we're tied to an outcome, because when we're living our dream and enjoying the moments, we're not trying to rush to get to the end. We're I would say embellishing, not, and that's not the word. You're just um, rolling around in it. You're enjoying it. You're embodying your dream. And I feel like that's what they want you to do here. And, it's like, I need to know exactly what it is to start it because I haven't started it yet. And if there's this pressure of, then there's fear there. And that's not of your dream. That's not of spirit. That's of man. That's of our ego. That's of, oh, I got to accomplish something, or they're going to be mad. No, there's no time. They're not, they gave you the the Knight of Pentacles and the Sun Pentacles. They're like, take your time. We got all the time in the world and outside the world because we're eternal. So there's no rush. This is for you. Um, the world always benefits from us sharing unconditional love with the world, but it's not for them. This is us expressing ourselves, and it will automatically impact others. But when you're doing and living your dream for you, that changes everything, right? So come back to your why and then feel, how do I uniquely want to express this to the world? And I'm excited for that. It's like, okay. If it's like, "Oh, well, I should have a YouTube channel, and that's the way everyone does it, so I gotta do one, and, oh god, how am I gonna do all that? That's not your dream, right? Um, your dream is like, "Oh my god, I wanna create a YouTube channel. I wanna be able to share with people all over the world, and do whatever, da 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 da." And then we look into it and you find out, all right, this is how I do a YouTube channel. This is what I can do. This is what other people do. I like this piece. I'm going to include that, that type of thing. So that's what's coming in for you, Julie. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you are truly starting a YouTube channel, if that's what you're wanting to do, and you need any help or advice or assistance, you can email me at my email address that's in the description box. I'm happy to answer any questions or point you in any directions as well if you need any of that. All right. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. And then we have Nelia, your free reading. Thank you for your donations earlier. And for your free reading, your free question. You want to know, will your daughter Megan accept the job at the dentist office? Does her dentist have alternatives because she has no experience in that field? Oh. All right, let's take a look here. Will she accept it? Right. And what are this doctor's intentions? Let's take a look here. All right. So, we do have here the 10 of Pentacles, which is fullness and joyness. And so I do feel like she will accept the job offer at the dentist office because there's cha-ching and money and it feels abundant and it feels like, wow, this is what a great opportunity. Um, we have the strength card here when it comes to this is Leo energy, this is leadership. And I don't feel like there's shenanigans afoot here. I feel like they just want to give her an opportunity to, to grow and to train. And it's funny because it's like, well, because they have little experience, they also uh, kind of pay how they say commensurate, something like that, like equal to experience too. And they're like the stuff that they're going to have her do. I mean, they're not going to have her clean people's teeth, uh, the stuff that they're going to have her do, they feel like they can train and develop as well. But they just really like her personality. This Leo energy, I don't know if your daughter is a Leo, but I just feel like there's, fire sign energy, people are just drawn to people. And I feel like people are just drawn to your daughter. So she must have like a lot of fire in the chart, or they're just saying that this is the kind of personality that she just draws people to her. And they're just like, hey, they just want this bright, shiny face or whatever in the reception area and to teach them and they feel like, wow, that they would really just bring, you know, um, their energy to the office, and so they like her, and that's what I feel is coming in there. So that's what we have for you, Nelia. So many blessings to you. And then great courts. You are up, almighty great courts. Any physical attributes of the person that's coming in? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about the physical attributes? Okay. All right. We have the Ace of Wands coming in first. So this is fire energy. So they are going to be attractive, because fire signs just have this natural beauty and or handsomeness or whatever. Their energy just, it's almost like, how what is that witches when they do like I don't know, a witch's glow. They do something where it just People are just like, "Wow," enamored, and they do. They have this natural just beauty, this natural like, wow, so they're gonna be attractive. We have the Knight of Swords too, which is movement of intelligence and things like that. It's funny. They're a little bit nerdy. So they might have like a pocket protector and glasses. That's what they're showing me. I go, what is it called when stereotypical, I'm like, please, but they're very, a beautiful person, but they have glasses because they study a lot. They might even have pens or a pocket protector or whatever, but they dress very um precise, with it too. So a bit nerdy in a little way, which is all right, but they're also, they're that, what they was the you can't was it You Can't Buy Me Love? It's one of those teenage ones where, they make a bet on taking someone who's nerdy and make him into like they have a bet going. They're gonna make him win prom queen or whatever. And they start off with glasses, and you're like, "Really?" You can already see they're beautiful, and then they take off the glasses, and, oh, everyone's like, "Oh," and it's like, couldn't you see that they were beautiful before?" Well, this is the kind of person that I see that they are. They're beautiful already, you can already see it, um, but they also have glasses, and they kinda nerd it down a little bit. So that's what's coming in for you. Alright. So many blessings, great courts. Right. And then Kritika Sayani, you are up. You want to know, will Anavesh and you reconcile with each other happily? Let's take a look here. So, all right. Go, will you reconcile? And will it be happily? Oh no. So I I before I was doing the cards, as you were saying that, they're in my head going, well, one card will be, "Will you reconcile?" And the other is, is it gonna be a happy reconciliation?" Well, "Will you reconcile?" You got the Lovers card, but will it be happy? You got the Nine of Swords, which is nightmare and insomnia. A lot of fear, a lot of expectations, you know? So what they're saying here is if you guys reconcile, which it's always a choice, there's not you have to reconcile. They're saying that there is this chance of reconciliation, but if you do, with the Nine of Swords, if they haven't changed and you haven't changed regarding your situation, then you're just going to repeat the same things over again. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so, um, you know, if you feel you've changed, but they haven't, it's still going to end up not on the same page, right? So reconciliation is a possibility, but just know that there's going to be all that same stuff there. And if they say, "Well, I've changed, let's get back together," and you're like, "Okay, well, I know I've changed too." Before you get back together, say, "Let's hang out. Let's just get to know each other again and see where it goes." And then look to see if they show you they've changed, because people can say they've changed, but over, 3 months, 2 months, 2 or 3 months, it's like, show me you've changed. And if they can consistently show and reflect that they've changed, then they've changed, right? And if not, they can't hold it for more than 30 days, especially if you have intermittent connection. So that's what they have there for you, Kritika, right? So many blessings to you. All right. And then Shirley Maydor, hello, hello. So can you please tell me, what will be the outcome from the meeting that you're going to have on Monday with the executive director? Will you be able to keep the job and do more training? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, what's the outcome of this meeting on Monday? Okay, that one. All right. You know, we got the Seven of Cups and the Full card, which is an ending and beginning, a new adventure, new opportunities to come in here. So, with the 7 of Cups, I feel like there's different choices, different options that they're gonna offer here, and I feel like that the job that you have, I don't feel like they're, um like, it's a combination, like, the 7 of Cups, I just feel like they're gonna say, "Well, we don't have enough of that, and so, we can have you do this and this and that, and we can continue to do that, but I can't like, it can't just be just one thing anymore because, there's just not enough, um, currently in the current economy and current area that you're in, a thirst for it," right? And so, I just feel like they're gonna kinda have this, you know, alternative that they offer, but I don't feel like it's like, that's okay." And I feel like I feel like you head off here on this new adventure because I feel like they're trying to offer you something that's not, you know it's like, "Ugh, really?" What your dream is, what you love doing is becoming smaller, and you end up doing all this other stuff that isn't fulfilling for you. And so I feel like it's time for a reevaluation, a new adventure. Where are we going to head next? What are we going to do next? Where is there, um, a new thirst for what you love to do? And I feel like that's where we're headed here with all that. Time for a reboot, right? Surely that's kind of what I feel is coming in here for you. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. I know it's again, but it's been a while. It didn't was it been like 2 years since 2 or more years that you've moved to be in this location, and it's like, all right, you know what? There's nothing keeping me here. I kind of feel right. You're like, I'm ready for a transformation through transportation. All right, so that's what's coming in, my dear. Many blessings. And then just blessings. You are up. So, what is Aries thinking and feeling? Oh, God, who knows, right? Well, we'll take a look here. When wonder what other people are thinking and feeling, especially towards us, it's always about what are they going through. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So before we look at these, they like to just say, hey, you know, this is their perception, and you can see what resonates with you. Where you learn more is what are you feeling and thinking, and what are you seeing and thinking about them and feeling about them, because that's really a mirror on how you feel about yourself, right? So we got the King of Wands, very much Aries energy, fire sign here. Let's see what else they have here. And the Four of Wands. So there is joy and celebration with the Four of Wands around what they're feeling. Um, Wands, fire energy, it's natural for them to have a focus on physical and energetic attraction towards you. King of Wands, where the Knight of Wands is kind of like a little chihuahua that goes around and humps everyone's legs that you have to keep on a leash. King of Wands is someone who can bridle their passions, they can control their passions. It's not just something that they feel out of control of. Like, they can very much super focus it. And so around the thinking and feelings is more here around um, sharing that passionate connection. There's not emotion indicated here. And on the bottom of the deck, they do have Eight of Cups where they've been walking away from emotions that don't serve them anymore. And so I feel like that they are kind of emotionally shy because they just steer away from it with their heart until they're certain of someone because they just have made leaps into love before. So they usually lead in with passion and that kind of attractive energy. And then down the line, when they get to know someone, then they allow themselves to start having an emotional connection. So that's what's coming in here with that Aries right now. I feel like that's what you need to know at this time. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And then let me see here. Whoops. Dragging stuff all over the place. So let's see. I thought, do we have? All right. Yeah. So I thought I saw two. So I'm Vargas or Ime Vargas. You asked for a general reading and then you, at the very end, you asked for a specific question. So I generally just have one free reading per session. And so I'm going to choose the specific one instead of a general one. So just so you know. So we'll do the I want to know if my wish is coming true this year in 2024. That sounds more exciting than a general reading. So let's take a look here. See what we have here. So is your wish coming true this year in 2024? All right. You know, I don't know if there is this year. You've got the Hermit card, which is about you being with yourself and with spirit. And you have the Six of Cups, which is like this childhood dream kind of energy with it, with the Six of Cups. And you have the Strength card. And both the Hermit card and the Strength card being major arcana. And, we've got this is like you consulting your higher self and spirit. This is your human self connecting with your higher self. It's like there's this clarity that's coming in here. I feel like you're this wish that you're wanting to come true. I feel like it adjusts. I feel like spirit and your higher self is asking you to move inward and upward and to really question what is your dream come true? Why do you want that? Because I feel like it's not your dream in a way. I feel like this childhood dream is something that someone gave to or implanted in you, and that it's something like you're thinking, well, this is what I want, but it's what you've been told you're always supposed to want. And as you take a deep breath and you step back like that hermit does, you connect with your higher self, you get clarity around what it is that your high heart wants, that, this is the difference that comes in here, right? And that and you gain clarity around it, and then you make an alteration. It may not be a complete turnaround from it in a change and going in a completely different direction, but it is this alteration, this change of a dream. And that's why I feel like when we're asking, will this wish come true this year, it's like, well, no, but it's because they're having you question your dream, and it's a different dream that you can head towards and move toward. So hopefully that makes sense. So but that's what they have coming in there for you, Vargas. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Infinity, thank you for your donations earlier as well. And your free reading, you want to know, is G jealous of you getting along better with age? Should you stay away or not? No, or not worry about it. And of course, shoulds we can replace with could. Is it best for me to stay away or not worry about it? For your journey, that's what we'll look at here. So first of all, is G jealous of you getting along better? All right. And then should you stay? Well, maybe you don't even have to worry about it. Let's take a look here. you know, we've got the hidden and the unknown with the moon card here. The Queen of Swords is balancing of the head and the heart. And, the moon is hidden and unknown things. And so whenever I get that with a question around if someone's jealous, that would mean yes. There's a lot of emotion that bubbles below the surface, but this isn't about you. This is about them, right? This is about them facing these emotions, facing where this insecurity is, because they don't have any reason to be jealous. Um, truly, with their higher self, they are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being. There's no need for us to be jealous. We have everything we need within us. But part of our journey is to have mirrors, to have things. You can't control it. What people think, what stories they put, what emotions they choose, what energy they're putting forward, what physical actions other people do. So, um, you're not intentionally doing anything to hurt anybody. You just notice it. You're like, "Wow, I get along with them, but are they jealous of me?" And you're just like, "You know what? That's all right." If you care about this other person's feelings, if you care about G's feelings, and you want to have a friendship or whatever with them, you can. You can show them how important they are, through unconditional love if you want. And if not, don't stay away or worry about it. But if you are like, oh, I'm picking up, like if you feel like you're picking up their hurt emotions and feelings and your heart wants to do something, then you can do it. You don't have to. But if you're like, you know what, obviously you're a caring person, because you're carrying whether this is impacting someone, you can create a and get along with them too, or you can make intentional things to do things together, or um, whatever the situation may be. But follow your heart, and just go, you know what? I'm gonna ask them if they want to go out to lunch, or I want to make them. I want them to have the opportunity to see how special they are, and I'm going to show them. If you want. But they have their insecurities and stuff. That's all about their inner journey. Nothing you can do with that besides send them unconditional love and make it easier for them to choose unconditional love over fear, by your actions toward them, right? So I feel like that's a good awareness. But there's no wrong choice, no right choice. There's just different choices with different outcomes. And if you feel uncomfortable, but what mirror are you seeing amongst it all is showing you about what you want to see about yourself too. You're like, oh, so the fear of, with this, should I stay away? It's like, I don't want to be responsible for someone else's emotions. It's like, well, you're not. We're not that powerful. One of my friends go, "Well, I didn't want you to feel bad." Almighty goddess of my ruler of my emotions, thank you. And they're like, "You jerk. I won't worry about it anymore." I go, "Thank you. You don't need to. If anything comes up inside of me, that's me for me to deal with, right?" So it's funny. I know it's must be a joy being a friend of mine, right? All right. That's what we have for you, infinity. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Sunflower, you are up. What blessings are happening for you the rest of this month? All right. Well, boom. Two cards came flying out. All right. What we've got here, you got this full card, which is a new adventure that's unfolding here. It's the first card in the major arcana, following the last card in the major arcana, which is the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure, something's free of a lot of rules and supposed to be's and should be's. I like this, and I feel like it's around love, because you got the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability, and I feel like there is this new higher love that's coming in here, this new approach to self-love that also expands out into the outside world. And that's where I feel like you're really tuning in here, recently, to connecting to higher love, unconditional love, your self-worth. You've just been really releasing a lot of things, raising this love vibration within you, which is allowing you to have this new way of looking at love in the outside world, because you're not so as us humans, we get desperate to find love in the outside world until we turn inward and upward and go, well, look, this is what I've been looking for all along. Then we still want love in the outside world. It's just not the same because we're not desperate for it. We're not expecting it to be something that it's not. It becomes, instead of lacking and falling short, it becomes above and beyond extra. And it changes how we express our love, what we expect of love, because as we open up more to our higher love, we also are able to give and receive love more in the outside world. And I feel like this is the blessing that's coming. You're moving up in your unconditional self love. And then, boom, this thing happens where you're just like, it sinks into your heart. Because a lot of it up here, but you know how it feels when suddenly something just falls into your heart and you're like, oh, wow, a knowingness, right? There's a difference between knowing and knowing, right? I know what you know what I mean. And it's like suddenly and just something clicks on and you're like, wow. And then you see love differently. You don't have jealousies or desperation or things that are unfolding like that. And it's good. I like it. So I feel like that's a big blessing that's coming in here for this month. We've only got like what, 20 days left in it, but I feel like you are working on this higher love, and there's this bing that goes off um, between now and the end of the month where you're just seeing love in the world in a different way. I like it. That is a blessing because it impacts everything. All right, so that's what they have for you, sunflowers. So many blessings to you. And then Rhonda, you are up next. So what does Spirit have for you today? Let's take a look. What would they like you to know today? Oh, I like it. Yeah, the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is tribe. It's, I feel like you're going to be meeting at least two people where these are people that are going to be lifelong best friends, true best friends, not friends like you've had in the past. Not to diss the friends. They were perfect for you before, but I feel like you're cleaning house of friendships, or friendships are moving on, but there's these two new friendships that are headed your way that are like, you can be three peas in a pod, where you guys are different enough, but you're also support one another, and you have this unconditional love, and it's like your sisters or brothers. It's like this closeness that's going to be like lifelong friends. But it's an important time, that it's time for this tribe to come in. You're different. You just don't fit in with the old friendships and people anymore because you've changed. It's like when a caterpillar goes into become a butterfly and everyone else stays caterpillars. You need butterflies to go do butterfly things. A little bird just flew in from my window. Cute. Yeah, it's time for to fly, exactly like the bird was. It's you can't walk along with the caterpillars. You need butterflies to go do butterfly things with. I feel like here with the Knight of Swords, this has to do with education, training, learning something new. And I feel like that's where you meet them. So if you have like an idea of like, I want to go to a cooking class, or I want to go learn a new modality of, Reiki, or if you have this desire to go learn something or go to a workshop or some sort of gathering thing, do that, because that's where you meet one, and then you go to something else together and you guys meet the third kind of thing that you it's you going and learning new things and some doing things that you're interested in. It doesn't have to cost anything. It can be, you know we're having a free, blah blah blah, whatever you but follow these things that you want to learn, because this is where you meet them. That's important. Boyfriends come and go, girlfriends come and go, but best friends, they're forever. All right. So that's what they have for you right now for your Rhonda Rhonda. Many blessings. And then Nat, message from the Cancer. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got coming in here. All right. you know, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is about this, um, you know, awareness that when we try to define our self-worth by the outside world, we feel unstable because all those things are unstable. And, if it's relationships, people change, people walk away, people pass away. Um, Situations like jobs and education never stay the same. And then the third thing is like things, right? So relationships, situations, and things. That's what we're told to define ourselves by. But things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, all unstable out there. We eventually turn inward and upward to find our solidity. But the message from the Cancer, it's almost like this is from their higher self because it seems like a very deep wisdom for them. That's funny. But the Nine of Cups is like, what is the emotional dream come true? They're like, you're not going to find it in the outside world, that it's you turning inward and upward where you find the solidity. That's what the Four of Pentacles tells us. And this Nine of Cups, the dream come true. We're taught the dream's out there. You're going to find, that which makes you feel whole and complete. What they meant was they were pointing in a mirror going, oh, it's here. This is where we're going to find what we've been looking for all our lives. And then it changes everything there. And I feel like this is what the Cancer is telling you, is that I'm not going to be able to make your dreams come true. Um, you have to find that inside of you, but I can be a wonderful mirror for that. And I can also, once you find it, because like once we find what we're looking for on the inside, we're looking for a 10-course meal with 2 desserts, and the outside world is a dessert bar that only offers 3 desserts and more, and, we can't find the meal out there, we can only find the meal. Our heart is hungry for a nutritious meal, finds it inward and upward with 2 desserts. We can always make more room for more desserts, so we find it here, that's the dream come true, and then we go to the outside world and we're like, "Wow," we got this, 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, it's like, yeah, can make more room for that, and it's like, but if someone gets to, like, 10th dessert and they're like, "No, you can't have 10th dessert," we're like, "Oh, thank you. I was so full already." We're not like, "No, not my 10th dessert." Like before, we're like, "Go ahead. We're okay. Thank you." You know, we're not devastated like we were before. So I feel like this is the message from them right now, is what they're wanting you to know. This is the higher self of this Cancer sign, is, this is, I'm only going to reflect back to you, pointing you back to yourself over and over and over again until we turn inward and upward. And then they can be above and beyond. They can be third dessert. They can be fourth dessert. And we're not attached to it. We're okay, right? At some point, we're just like, dessert is dessert. It's empty calories. All right. So this is coming in for you, Nat Nat. So many blessings to you. And then VD Jalan, hello, hello. You want to know, where are you being led towards at the moment? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have a new opportunity opening up here with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Three of Cups is both your posse of support, invisible posse, getting closer to them, your guardian angel and angels and spirit guides and loved ones on the other side, ancestors, leprechauns, fairies, whatever you believe all them to be. But there's also this, energy of the Three of Cups, like we were just talking about a moment ago, is about, your tribe, finding this small group of people that you resonate with and that support one another. And, it can be as many as 5 or as few as 3, or constantly, I'm not constantly changing, because I feel like you have a core group of individuals that you're being led to, that you just feel like, wow, we all belong and support one another. There's not drama, there's support, there's unconditional love. And these are the type of friendships that will last for like the rest of your life. And it's not romantic, it's unconditional love. It's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood, all combined together. And I like it. It's like you're finding your group, you're finding your tribe, and there's opportunity that's opening up for that. So I like it, because that's the whole thing, is if, romance, it cools off, things end. And I always joke sometimes, you know, where people are like, if you've ever had a friend who's been attracted to you and they're like, have you ever thought of like dating and whatever? And I'm like, well, we kind of have a choice. You can be my friend forever and be in my life forever, or we can date for a few months. What would you prefer? They're like, I think I'd rather just be your friend. I'm like, I think that's a good choice. So that's what's coming in. All right. So that's many blessings, VD. And then we've got Cassidy. Hello, hello. So, what are Cody's feelings and next actions towards you? So, what is Cody currently feeling and his next actions? All right. Well, the feelings that they have here, with the Four of Cups, it's emotional stability, but there's also this energy of stagnancy, if that makes sense. And what that's what the Four of Cups brings in, because it shows us the three cups of that we're taught are supposed to fulfill us, which is, relationships, situations, and things. We're supposed to get emotional fulfillment from those. And if we do, it's not for very long if we get fulfillment from things of the outside world. It's like eating American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. And this is what they're going through, their emotions that they're having, you know, even though you ask towards you, it's towards everything, which includes you, that they just feel empty in the outside world. And that's our journey. This Ace of Cups that's being offered is our self-love. And the love of the outside world, the emotions of the outside world get boring after a while because they're unfulfilling, and we get bored with the unfulfillingness. We get a little frustrated with it too. We eventually turn inward and upward. So, the next actions, I just feel like with this death and this rebirth, I just feel like they're closing down a lot of things in their life. I just feel like they're really pulling back from so much stuff because they're like, I'm not finding what I'm looking for out in the world. Just I feel like they're becoming a recluse in a way. They're just pulling back and cutting off all this stuff because they want to focus on them. I need to find myself, which they do. They need to say it, but that's kind of the I want to find myself kind of message that's coming in here. So, it's good because on the other side of it, they'll have self love because the only love they're able to give right now is the little bit of self-love they have for themselves. We can't give more love than we have for ourselves, nor receive more love than we have for ourselves. If I love myself that much, it's just going to trickle out and trickle in. But the more I raise and open up my self-love, the I open up the ability to give and receive love to humans as well. So it's in the long run, it's a win-win because either they will come back once they've had that, or you'll find someone else that will give you more than drip drip too, and that will receive more than that back. So in either case, it'll end up being for your best. Um, Although I know sometimes it's hard to see that, but that's what they have coming in for you right now, Cassidy. So hang in there. All right. And then Dorella Caporelli. You want to know, when do you see Tony reaching out? All right, let's take a look here. Just have a couple more left, so hang in there, everybody. When is Tony reaching out? You know, we've got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Both of these are conflicting mental cards and conflicting communication. The Five of Swords is the battle between the head and the heart, not knowing what they want to do. And the Seven of Swords is like this energy of thoughts and beliefs that make us feel cheated and stolen from. But these are deceptive thoughts they have about themselves and about life, because what we think in here we project out into the outside world. So I don't see like them reaching out. I feel like they're so conflicted mentally here that it's going to take some time for them to work through these fears that they have going on inside of them here. Let's see. Any clarity over here? Yeah. I have a timing deck, and the card on the top is in the winter, which, if you're in the southern hemisphere, that's coming up here in June. Otherwise, and then on the bottom of the deck, September and winter, fall and winter. So I just feel like they're going to be, I don't feel like there's going to be anything anytime soon with them based on their current energies that's coming in there. So that's what we have, Dorella. It's all about what's going on inside of here in them, because it paints the pictures of the outside world. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So they're seeing the world in kind of a fearful way right now. So that's what's happening, right? So hang in there. You can send them love if you'd like. Help them through their crises that's going on right now. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Yanvi Gavandi, you are up. So spirit message. What does spirit want you to know right now? All right. You got two pentacles cards, which is all about the outside world. You have the four pentacles, which is, stability of the outside world, and it's my home card, like my home dwelling or the feeling of home. And the eight of pentacles, which is not the eight, sorry, the seven of pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree, is the fruit, and that, things are unfolding, things will get there. But, you know, this underlying message with all of this too, because I feel like there's this, don't worry, everything, the outside world is going to be fine. You're going to have what you need. Things are unfolding. You can um, feel safe with that. But then this underlying thing of the seven of pentacles with the four also is this: you're not, you're reaching this point where you're not happy with where you live, where you, like, your home dwelling, your living situation, or the place, the city, country, whatever that you live. And I feel like they're saying that it's okay for you to look and go, you know what? I want to live somewhere else. I want to be somewhere else. And this is movement of home energy, that it's like the dissatisfaction is being brought to the surface, and it's okay, and support it if you're wanting to consider changing home, if that was something that was coming up for you. But that's what they want you to know. So there you go. All right. So many blessings. And then lastly, we've got Day Sturgis. So if I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I thought I got through everyone. So here in a moment when I'm done, I'll put a list of the order in which all these readings were completed, so you can find your reading more quickly. And then I will be back in about an hour and a half for my evening session at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So if I missed you, please join me then, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. So, Day Sturgis, you wanted a general reading. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Right now. Right now. Right. Oh, okay. These two. All right. So we've got contrasting coming in here. We've got joy and celebration overflowingness. And we've got the Three of Swords. Three of Swords, expectations equal disappointment, the illusion of heartbreak, and our natural, this is our natural state, the Ten of Cups, which is joy, celebration, happiness, right? That's our natural state. Three of Swords is the experience we come down here to experience. It's the opposite. If we had, without sadness and lower vibrational emotions, we wouldn't understand the higher vibration. It's like if you don't know how hot something is until you experience cold, right? We don't understand how dark something is until we experience bright. And that's the same thing, happiness and sadness, peace and chaos, conditional, unconditional. And I feel like they just want you to know that, when you're down here, there's no wrong emotion. There's just different emotions with different experiences, and we're not limited. It's like a temperature gauge. There's lower vibrational, higher vibrational. Some point, it's like hot and cold. Hot becomes warm somewhere and becomes cool somewhere and then becomes cold somewhere. But that varies from person to person and by our power of choice that comes in. And with whatever's going on, there's this contrast, this, drasticness that it's like, well, we wanted to experience some of these, but when we're done experiencing it, we're like, I've had enough of that. We can switch to higher vibration if we want. Again, there's no judgment, there's no wrong or right, it's just different. It's like, I'm kind of tired of being in this hot tub, right? I'm gonna go jump in the cold pool and cool off, and then okay, I gotta chill, I wanna go back into the hot tub, and, you go back and forth over time because it's like, "Okay, I feel like I'm boiling like a frog in a pot, I'm gonna go jump in to that, cooler pool now." And, it's all about choice, it's not about judgment. And I feel like it's important for you to know that you have the power to choose and there's no wrong choice, because that really opens up the fears and going, "Yeah, I want to experience this. So if I do, I do. And when I'm ready, I can change it if I want." And I like the freedom that comes with all that. So that's what comes in for you, Day Sturgis. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys again so much for your patience in getting to your free readings and for all the thumbs up you give the videos. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for everyone that does that. And until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. And until I see you again, super much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you soon.